So we had a collaboration of different arts companies, and we had a team of artists from the three companies delivering the work. Age Exchange, a couple of your Reminiscence Arts people, including yourself, two people from Green Candle Dance, including a musician and a dance artist, and a music leader from Symphonia Viva, Sam Glazer, and a couple of the orchestral players. So a rich team of experienced artists, all bringing their expertise. Um, but it isn't as simple as that, is it? Collaboration, David. To just say a few words about, how that began and what we found from that,
Oh,
and how we felt that needed to evolve.
I think in short, it began with enormous respect between us, a great deal of warmth and humor, and the willingness to make it work was, it was 100%. I think at the very beginning, the thing that we all struggled with was knowing how to really collaborate beyond it being this is your bit, that's
Yeah.
our bit. That's kind of so it's very interesting looking back at some of the notes where, because I think at the beginning there was an idea of collaboration, but not necessarily it wasn't necessarily kind of firing on all cylinders right at the beginning, I think.
I mean, arguably, we were just too much respect. Nobody wanted to tread on anyone's
No,
toes.
I think that's true.
Nobody wanted to
Mm,
comment on each other's practice, particularly for fear of offending anyone.
yeah,
And so, although it was a lovely, each day was a program, if you like, of beautiful arts activity, listening, taking
yeah,
part,
mm,
talking,
yeah,
being creative together. It did feel quite compartmentalized, and it was only
yeah.
over time, over more than one block where we all began to feel increasingly, let's challenge some of this work. Let's try and make it more fluid and more flexible, and not wait for the dance moment to come along necessarily for dance to be happening when reminiscence arts is going on, or for music to be part of something else that spontaneously happens in the moment. So, but I
Oh,
think the point
absolutely.
about all that is
Mm.
that it does take time
Mm,
to build a partnership like that. And actually, there's a lot of trust involved, isn't there, in letting go to a certain extent of the way that you might be used to doing things working as an individual company, and allowing things to unfold in perhaps more of a spontaneous way, allowing
yeah.
practice to be influenced actually by other artists. And that's part of the joy of this kind of collaboration, which is quite rare, as we said earlier, and allowing it to unfold and see where that takes us. And I think, because we had the luxury, if you like, of being able to develop good company in Brentwood over more than a year,
Yeah, amazing.
we had the time
Yeah,
for that to happen in
yes.
a way that if it had
Mm,
just been one block of 8 weeks,
yeah.
it probably would never have happened. Would you agree?
I was just thinking, it's sometimes because the project has lasted a long time now, you forget things. And I was just thinking of the planning day meetings we've had before each block and how wonderful they've been. The opportunity to actually spend a day together and just to kind of unpick everything. What worked, what didn't work, how should we work, how could we work? And actually, the very last one we had, where we talked in depth about the nature of being one company, not three organizations. And I think and I absolutely agree with you. You can have too much respect, and it can be a bit too stiff and kind of, formulaic, and you can see that we have equally been frustrated when we felt that's what's happened, because none of us want that, and
Mm.
which in itself is a brilliant learning experience, isn't it? So, um, but I think we've definitely come a long way from that.